3rd and 10 after 2 Hurts incompletions. Can the Rams get pressure? This is their strength, the pass rush. Here they come after Hurts. It's picked up. It's floated to the outside, and Brown used his strength to rip it away. A.J. Brown fighting to the 34. 25 yards. What a monster.
And it wasn't bad coverage by Darius Williams, the veteran corner. The ball floats a little bit, but I mean, how many times have we said this? You've got one of the biggest, most physical receivers in the league. Give him a chance. And tell you what, this second half, he's come to life.
Boy, he swatted Darius Williams off him like he was a fly, landing on his arm. Hurts pulls it, has room, has a blocker, has a first down. Rams go from 3rd and 10 inside, or the Eagles go from 3rd and 10 inside their own 10 to out near midfield in 2 plays.
Yeah, now these are the explosives that we're accustomed to seeing. We made such a big deal out of it. It was such a missing piece of this offense first 2 weeks and in the first half, but they've come to life here in the second.
Halfway through this 4th quarter, Barkley stopped by Young. Well, they have stopped Saquon Barkley today. Not even just relatively speaking, they've just simply stopped him. 15 carries for 47 yards after he averaged 230 against him last year. That said, it was the big plays. It was the blink of an eye that really got him. It only takes one. And here in a 1-score game, Barkley always that threat. Second and 8. Hurts to throw. To the sideline. Smith. Kinchins the tackle. 3rd and short.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since they made the move to bring in Fred Johnson at right tackle, doesn't it feel like they've just settled down? Matt Pryor, who initially replaced the injured everything Lane Johnson. Pryor came in, had some issues, made the switch to Fred Johnson. He has done a great job settling this pass protection in, because with Lane Johnson, this is one of the best offensive lines in the entire league, and they obviously were missing him at the start.
3rd down and 3. Hurts looks to throw. Delivers, and going up to get it is Smith. Devontae Smith with 11 yards and a Philly first down.
Just a nice clean pocket. It's only a 4-man rush. Something the Rams are able to do as good as anybody in the league. They can get high pressure without blitzing, and this 4-man rush just can't get to Hurts enough, and it just puts too much stress on that soft zone coverage and gives them time to find Devontae Smith.
-1 in the passing game in the first half, up to 194 now as Barkley gets hit at the line. Boone Ford in there to shut it down. Under 5.5 left. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Eagles. Winner of this game moves to 3-0. I figure you're going to get a little bit of clarity on what the NFC race is going to look like today. How real is Sean McVay's Rams after a 2-0 start, beating 2 teams that they should beat. A lot of talk about the Eagles not being pretty enough through 2 games. Certainly through a half today, they didn't change that. Coming to life in the second, trying to get to 3-0. Under 5 left. 2nd and 10, blitz coming, picked up. Hurts with time, laid it off to Barkley, who had room but couldn't catch it. Braden Fisk broke through at the last moment there. Credit to the coverage for the Rams there, holding up.
Yeah, but again, look at Fred Johnson here, right tackle. This is not an easy, they're going to bring nickel pressure off the slot. Look at him and Saquon Barkley. Pick up 2 for 2 there. Hurts has time, and Barkley's able to catch that ball as he releases out of the protection. He's got a lot of room to run. But I'm impressed with Fred Johnson. It's a heck of a 4th tackle.
Yeah.
In fact, your starting 2 tackles are the best in the league.
7-year veteran they got in a trade from Jacksonville. The Eagles have converted 2 third downs on this drive. They're going to need to use their first timeout. The play clock running out.
Timeout. Philadelphia.
On Tuesday, the critically acclaimed smash hit Doc returns with a thrilling season premiere. After a doctor loses 8 years of her memory, a patient comes back to haunt her. Doc premieres Tuesday at 9, 8 Central on Fox. You were lamenting that you hadn't watched the premiere and you felt like you couldn't add anything. Good news, it hasn't happened yet.
Hey, we can't wait. Fired up.
Tuesday night, 9 o'clock. So 3rd and 10 here. 4:48 left to go. They have shut down Saquon Barkley. Will it be enough to hang on and get some revenge after the Eagles won the 2 games last year head-to-head? The Rams feel like had they punched it in on that last drive in the divisional round, they would have been Super Bowl champions. They were that close to winning here in the snow last year.
Interesting personnel. They got 5 bigs along the front. Everybody else, 6 defensive backs.
3rd and long. Pressure coming from the secondary. Hurts goes outside, and it's a perfect strike. A.J. Brown stays in bounds to the 15. Second time on this drive, they've found Brown on 3rd down, this time for 23 yards.
Yeah, so they bring all the bigs here, but they drop and they bring the small guys out of the secondary. But again, just a great job by this Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. And why would you not just continue to target one-on-one? When the pressure doesn't get home, it is going to put a lot of stress on the secondary, and we've seen that now a few times just on this drive alone.
From the 15. Quarterback draw. Barkley leads. And Hurts gets popped by Spates. Seen a few design runs for Hurts today. Hadn't had any of those the first couple weeks. Got a few yards right there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and just think, with everything that's gone on, the ups and downs, the first half utility of the Eagles offense, and now the second, this game really is in the balance because of the red zone. The Eagles have yet to not score a touchdown in the red zone the entire season. They're 7 for 7, and those field goals in the first half, we said it at the time, they're looming very large now here in a 1-score game. Another
quarterback draw. A little more room this time. 3rd and 3. Yeah, the Rams in the red zone 2 for 5.
Yep.
Lamenting those missed chances as this clock winds down inside 4 minutes.
So he sees this open, empty space, just a design quarterback draw. Just doesn't quite have enough room in there. We've seen them use that play over time, and again, in my mind, this is 4-down territory here. I don't think you have much of a choice now under 3.5 minutes. Down 5.
3rd and 3. Barkley spins. Barkley surges. 1st and goal for the Eagles. Didn't look like there was anything there, but the reigning player of the year made something out of it.
Yeah, he is dead to rights. He is in the hole with unblocked Rams defenders, and just there's a handful of guys in the league, the elite guys that can make that move and then still be able to get vertical to pick up the 1st down. I know he hasn't had a great day, but that's an unbelievable effort there on 3rd. Must have it.
2:45, 1st and goal for the Eagles.
We're going to find out what Tiger Woods is. Just checked into Tiger Woods.
Which is a handoff to Barkley, who's thrown down in the backfield by Byron Young. 2.5 left, 2nd and goal. Tiger Woods, by the way, is who Saquon Barkley talked to this offseason about how do you follow up a huge season. And so he said that his whole mantra for the year is Tiger mode. If the Rams had read the clips, they would have known that was going to be a handoff to Saquon when they heard Tiger Woods.
What a note. You're a professional, Joe Davis.
I was trying to keep up with you.
Wow.
2:07, let's see here. Could let this run down to the 2-minute warning. Looks like they will. Well, had you told the Eagles, certainly had you told this crowd early on in the 3rd quarter that they'd be sitting right here with a chance to take the lead with 2 minutes left, I think most people would have said, no chance, we look terrible. But they've come to life and have a chance to take the lead from McVay's squad. We welcome those of you that just watch a bit of a shocker. Carolina rolls Atlanta. And here in Philadelphia, 26-21, the Rams have led throughout. They led 26-7 early on in the 3rd quarter. But the Eagles' offense has come to life. And out of the 2-minute warning, have it 2nd and goal at about the 9. Rams just one timeout left, 2 for the Eagles. Eagles have been the best red zone offense in the NFL this year. Brown to the near side. Hurts looks the other way. Now comes back as Barkley out of the backfield, tiptoeing the sideline inside the 5. 3rd and goal.
Well, now you see how much confidence they have in this running game. Coming into today, they were almost exclusively a run-heavy red zone offense. Very few red zone passes in the first 2 games. So a shot here, obviously, to take the lead pending a 2-point conversion and get up by a field goal. So this is a critical down here. Can they get close enough that even if they don't score, we obviously all know what will be coming next on 4th down.
Brown to the slot on top. 3rd down and goal. He looks in that direction, throws, incomplete. Boy, had Curl turned his head, that ball was pretty much right to him. 4th down and goal with 1:51.
Yeah, so you hear the crowd, they're going crazy here. Curl's in coverage, the ball's thrown well behind A.J. Brown, and when A.J. Brown spins around, I think that's a good no call. I mean, that ball's 7 yards from A.J. Brown.
Got to be looking for him again here, don't you? But the Rams know that.
They know it, but I still think until the Rams prove they've got a matchup guy that can win a contested catch in the end zone, top of the screen, one-on-one.
With Kobe Durant, he's got a huge size advantage on him. Here we go, 4th and goal. Room in the middle there. Does Hurts use his legs? He'll look to throw. To the sideline, it's Smith. He's got it. Touchdown Philly. All the way back to take the lead.
He just looks across the field and just says, all right, what matchup do I like the best? And it's been so much of A.J. Brown this entire second half, but here, press coverage in the slot against Emmanuel Forbes, and the suddenness, the change of direction by Devontae Smith, and then understanding exactly where he needs to be on his route depth. You talk about coming to life, Joe, in the second half. They looked like they had never practiced offense in the first half, and now they look like the greatest show on turf. I mean, this has been a remarkable turnaround, and you got to give a lot of credit to Jalen Hurts. The game has been put on his back, and the passing game has been what saved the day here today.
Going for 2, trying to make it a 3-point lead. Gets rid of it quickly, knocked away by Kinchins, the defense on Smith. Jalen Hurts did not have a passing touchdown over the first 5 halves of this season. He's got 3 in the second half here. And look, they finally asked Jalen Hurts to be the guy. It wasn't that he couldn't, they hadn't asked him to be. And as they put it on his shoulders in this second half, he goes from not doing anything in the first half, because they didn't really ask him to go ahead, toss it downfield. Well, yeah, he does. And he's 21 of 32, 226, 3 touchdowns.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so go back and look at the touchdown. He sees all his matchups across the board. A.J. Brown's here off the left side of the screen. But look at Devontae Smith, one-on-one, Emmanuel Forbes in the slot. Edge rusher, and he just knows this is one-on-one, outside release, the widest receiver, and with that inside leverage, it's going to be very hard for Forbes to be able to separate as quickly as Devontae Smith can.
So Brown and Smith both getting their first touchdowns of the year. From 26-7 to 27-26. Still a lot of time for the Rams. Blake Corum on the return. Blake Corum stopped at the 30. Now the Eagles, in a couple tight games so far, have come up with a stand. Red zone takeaways. Week 1 against the Cowboys, and Week 2 against Mahomes and the Chiefs. Carter might have barely gotten a finger on that. Kelsey couldn't catch it. Makuba got his first career interception. This time it's the offense that has turned it around in the fourth quarter. But again, it falls on the defense's shoulders. Can they get one more stand? It's Matthew Stafford. 52 game-winning drives, far more than any other active quarterback. Incomplete. Looking for Nakua. Defended by Jacorian Bennett, who is fresh into the game with Adoree Jackson dealing with injuries.
Yeah, and worth noting here in this 2-minute drill by Matthew Stafford, they've only got one timeout. They've had to burn some timeouts for some miscommunication and late play calls, so put them in a tough spot.
This time he hooks up with Nakua against Bennett. A little bit short.
So first order of business here with 1:30. Just ensure you get the first down. Just get a clean set of downs. There you go.
To Kyron Williams ahead to the 44.
Yeah, so now you got to go fast. You want to keep that timeout for a long pass play when the offensive line's far away, or God forbid a sack. Like, you want to hold that field goal as long as you can. That timeout, I mean.
Stafford has Nakua again. First down inside the 45. 3 pass plays, all of them to Nakua, going at Jacorian Bennett. Under a minute, still with the timeout intact. Here comes pressure. Deep drop. Deep throw. Nakua again. Wanted a flag, won't get it. Looked like Bennett had a hold of him for a moment, but no call. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, pretty clear where they wanted to target one-on-one with Bennett. You mentioned he just came into the game.
Wow.
Yeah, that's PI. I mean, Bennett falls down and grabs Puka Nakua by the back of the jersey. Philly fans are saying, all right, we got away with one. You got away with one on Davante Adams' touchdown, and now we're all even.
Career long for Carty, by the way, 58 yards. You need to get another 4 yards to get to that range. Speaking of Davante Adams, does not have a catch in this half. Lined up to the near side. Again, a blitz. Over the middle, it's Nakua again into field goal range. Stopped by Bennett with 33 seconds. 3rd down and 1 with the 1 timeout.
Yeah, so everyone's asking, all right, why is Bennett on the guy they keep throwing it to? Well, Quinyon Mitchell, he's been shadowing Davante Adams the entire game.
Straight ahead. First down for Kyron Williams. And are they comfortable enough right here where you're just kind of putting the ball in the middle of the field? You got the 1 timeout in 15 seconds. They'll use that last timeout in Carty's range, but remember the last time he kicked it, he had it blocked.
Yeah, of course, and it was
Timeout.
really...
Philadelphia. They called theirs before Los Angeles did.
Oh, interesting.
Their second timeout. It's 30 seconds in length.
Okay, so now Philly still has, now LA still has the opportunity to pick up more yards on the ground. They have a timeout. They can set their field goal unit up.
That's a decent gift there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting decision there.
Please reset the game clock to 18 seconds.
But what stands out, you mentioned that last blocked field goal, and yes, it was the interior pressure of both Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, but it was also the trajectory of the kick. So they want to get this thing as close as possible, take all the pressure off having to drive the kick, and have plenty of space that you can get this thing up off the ground and avoid all those up interior rushers.
18 seconds, still the 1 timeout. Stafford going sideline. Nakua, dangerous throw, incomplete, 13 seconds. Bennett the coverage. Wow, you hold your breath there if you're a Rams fan.
Yeah, just underthrew it just a little bit. Really good effort there by Nakua. I thought he was going to grab it off the top of his head.
More often than not, he does. 11 catches today.
Ball needs to be thrown just a little bit wider, a little bit more to the boundary, and that way you don't have to reach your hands behind the defender's helmet.
It'd be a 51-yarder from here. 13 seconds. And now they'll try to get a couple more, and they do. Kyron Williams will set this one up. Clock winds down. They'll call a timeout and put it on the foot of their 2nd-year man from Stanford, Joshua Carty.
Los Angeles, their 3rd, the 30-second timeout.
It'll be 43 yards from here. Joshua Carty's hit 4 field goals today. His last one was blocked.
Well, he's a kick away from being by far the MVP, because we saw what he did on those kickoffs. Philly couldn't handle the dirty kicks. Obviously, he had his last one blocked, but from this distance, he has to have the confidence of being able to kick this, get this ball up in the air. You know, all those big interior defensive linemen, they're going to push, jump. That's how they blocked it on the last try, and here we go again.
Comes down to this. Cardi officially from 44. Timeout taken by Philly.
Timeout. Philadelphia. Their third. It's a 30-second timeout.
A nice job here from Nick Sirianni, giving Cardi some time to think about it. This Eagles team that has won 18 of its last 19 games, including 2 against the Rams. Week 12 of the regular season. The divisional round where the Rams were this close. They needed a touchdown in that situation, fell a little bit short. The Eagles go on to win it all. Rams looking for revenge right here.
Well, those are the two guys right there, lined up next to each other. Try to generate as much internal pressure as they can before they jump.
'98, the man that blocked it last time, right in the middle. From 44. Joshua Cardi has it blocked again! This time Jordan Davis, the big man, looks for the icing on one big cake. Eagles hang on.
We've seen a lot of crazy endings, buddy, and I'm not sure we've seen back-to-back blocked field goals, and the last one resulting in a walk-off touchdown. Unbelievable effort, and we pointed out those were the two guys. There was no mystery where they were going to come. They're right here. They just run over the interior left side of the Rams field goal unit, and tell you what, I'm not sure what's more impressive, his ability to get in there and block the kick, or how fast he just ran with the ball. But
he wouldn't have run that fast last year or the year before. He dropped a bunch of weight, said he feels night and day different this year, the way that he's moving. We saw him run down Matt Stafford earlier for a big third down stop. And then he gallops free right here. It didn't matter even if somebody was trying to catch him. I'm not sure they would have. Philly blocks 2 field goals in the same game for the first time in 17 years, and they do it to preserve the win. The defending champ, not always pretty, but almost always ending on top. 3-0 for Nick Sirianni in Philly.
And I'm so glad he didn't just fall down.
Right, go big fella.
He deserved that moment of jumping into the crowd following that block. That was incredible moment there by Jordan Davis.
And for the Rams, what a tough loss to stomach. A game they lead pretty much the whole way. The Eagles score the last 26 points of this game and win it 33-26. Now Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles for the State Farm Game Break.